so I'm going to take some pictures and video one song for Facebook. Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. Oh my goodness, it's so good to be with you. We're hitting fall. It's coming up. Yep. And the weather is starting to be just a little bit less than Indian summer, right? So I'm so excited to finally be able to introduce this guest to you. Let me be a little snarky. It's taken about 2 years for me to encourage this young gentleman to come here. Truth be it known, he had a baby right after I invited him. And let me just say that he was playing in Meriden at a Pass Guitar event when I first saw him play. And I got so excited and I ran up to him and I'm like, oh, I need to have you on my TV show. And he was excited too at that moment. And then he had a baby and realized that 2 babies in the house was going to be rough. So he's been trying to learn how to be a daddy taking care of children. And he's still playing out all over the place, and he does a podcast, and he's a brilliant, brilliant musician. So enough of my rambling. Let's get to the music. I want you to welcome into your heart, into your home, and into your musicology catalog, Seth Adams.
Look at me, it's graduation. Probably should have done this long before. But they say never too late, son. I'm the pride of my mother's eyes, a child she adores. And I question if I'm better, and I'm curious, what now? 'Cause I fell out of love with New Haven. The train is coming round. I think I'm New York City bound. Living in these times of trouble, uncertain as an everyday low. It's like feeling through a darkened hallway, looking for the best way out to the arms of what you know. Ooh, and I question if I'm better, and I'm curious, what now? 'Cause I fell out of love with New Haven, and the train is coming round. same, and I'm looking for her now. And I'll find that city somehow. Ooh, and I question if I'm better, and I'm curious what now, 'cause I fell out of love with New Haven. And the train is coming round. I think I'm New York City bound. So here I am, it's graduation. I probably should have done this long before. Thank you. This is called Push and Pull. You've been accosted, sublime subversion, and the trickling time hastens me to say this intrusion of my delusions only made me wish you'd seek out better ways. While I recognize the sentiment of sorrow on your face, don't disregard the things I have to say. If you don't push me, I won't pull you. If you don't trip me, I won't crawl. Oh, we're two people strung out on sadness together. Oh, and I can't take the rise and fall. So don't push or pull me at all. You spent a lifetime feeling so fine, and regrets are only words that have no place. It's a fine line with all your pride, and I wish that you would hear just what I say. While I recognize the sentiment of sorrow on your face, don't disregard the things I have to say. If you don't push me, then I won't pull you. If you don't trip me, I won't crawl. Oh, we're two people strung out on sadness together. Oh, and I can't take the rise and fall. So don't push or pull me at all. you don't trip me, I won't crawl over two people strung out on sadness together. Oh, and I can't take the rise, can't take the rise and fall. So don't you push me or pull me at all. Thank you, thank you. Let's make a quick adjustment here. Dust is in the field, the ghosts are passing by it. The slow motion scenery. Not long ago, this was a vivid animation for all American of dreams. Days aren't always kind, they burn through hesitation, leaves you holding hollow years. And before you know, another winter's over, but the spring is never here. Oh, out of time, it's just on the horizon. Out of luck is harder than it seems. Out of work, I wouldn't say to try it. Out of touch is what I feel. Please listen. We practice our routines in daily preparation for unknown anomalies, and still believe in some goodness of a nation rife with conspiracies. Now we're steeped in fear, unfortunate misfortune, when we're all just standing still. And I just want to work providing for the family. I wonder if I ever will again. Oh, out of time is just on the horizon. Out of luck is harder than it seems. Out of work, I wouldn't say to try it. Out of touch is what I feel. No, I'll never take so much for granted, I promise. Oh, I promise. No, I'll never take so much for granted again. Ooh, again. face on the horizon. Out of luck, it's harder than it seems. Out of work, I wouldn't say to try it. Out of touch is what I feel. Please listen. Ooh, please listen. Ooh, please listen. Please listen. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Alrighty. Hope everybody's having fun. This is good for a. Oh, this is live on. Oh wow.
Everybody was freaking out.
Alright, this is called The Trouble I've Been In. It's off the latest record, Fits and Starts and Stops. And yeah, I'm gonna switch the guitar pick here. This one feels a little crunchy for some reason. 2, 3, 4. They say it's hard when you're fixing your life, trying to pick the broken pieces up time after time, and every day is spent looking for some parallel line. Oh yeah, it's hard trying to make it all work with a crash that's hanging overhead, and it's gonna hurt. Or get some unsolicited advice from some kind of jerk. You don't know the trouble I've been in. You don't know the trouble I've been in. Hanging in the distance, well, I'll take it for the win. You don't know the trouble I've been in. Sometimes it's hard just to leave it behind, when habitual consensus keeps me running the light. I'll take it to a future place on a carousel ride. Oh yeah, it's hard trying to make it alone, and I think I know better than the sorrow I own. I'm just a harbinger considering the struggles I know. You don't know the trouble I've been in. You don't know the trouble I've been in. Hanging in the distance, well, I'll take it for the win. You don't know the trouble I've been in. Make it alive. Everybody's got their sacrifice, and I'm trying to make it through mine. The trouble I've been in. You don't know the trouble I've been in. distance, well, I'll take it for the win. You don't know the trouble I've been in. You don't know the trouble I've been in. You don't know the trouble I've been in. Thank you. All right. Ooh. Let's do that. This is called The Real Ones. There's a new way to begin. Oh, for all the times that we tried, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. Hesitation when the absolute of love is on your side. I swear that you'll be fine. When I know it's not that easy, and it damn well feels insane when you have to start yourself over again. Oh, for all the times that you tried, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. What you want is a life in love, in time. Tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. You can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. Oh, you can tell who the real ones are. They won't let you down. is a sort of love song. Not too sappy, though. I don't like sappiness. There's actually a story behind this, but I won't tell it. Maybe I'll save it for later. This is called Settle Down. Boxcar takes forever. Another stop here and wherever all these other people go. It's a good time playing in the city. But something here within me just can't wait to get on home. When you're on my mind and I'm on the road, I know I'll never be alone. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Hotel windows and living from a suitcase. Like the folks in this place, I sure do miss the ones back home. Miles of highways, some bit more familiar. I don't remember what the words were, but they always bring me home. When you're on my mind and I'm on the roam, I know I'll never be alone. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Oh, just another 100 miles until the borderline. And we got all this time. Oh, just another few more hours until the day. Why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. You are the reason why I'm coming back around. You make me want to settle down. Thank you. Thank you. A little tunage here. We got like one more. Oh yeah, no, I got that. I mean, like right now, just one more. Is that good? You know, my mom told me never to overstay my welcome, so. No? just promise to walk out the door. When you abandon all the fools you can use, it's just an avenue to find it for. Yeah, you need the admiration like the fiend needs to get his high. Then you deliver empty words in return, so superficial just to pacify. Fooling all the people with your magic, floating in the air like you're a god, wrapped up in your patriotic plastic. Underneath it all, you're just a fraud. You sell the promise of a fortune to those who would believe your every word. A hollow figure on the stage of the world, a phony savior to observe. And some charlatan proclaim he's the greatest that there is. You pacify with black and white, without a light. You're just a grifter with an audience. Fooling all the people with your magic, floating in the air like you're a god, wrapped up in your patriotic plastic. Underneath it all, you're just a fraud. You're just a fraud. You're just a fraud. You're just a fraud. Fooling all the people with your magic, floating in the air like you're a god, wrapped up in your patriotic plastic. Underneath it all, you're just a fraud. Underneath it all, you're just a fraud. Underneath it all, you're just a fraud. Thank you very much.
Shall we do one more? Or?
Absolutely. And then come sit and talk to me.
All right.
doesn't shine. Have some faith that it's something to find. In the time that it takes you to relive the wake of your life. These perceptions of what life is for, my ambitions and offering more. I'm a heart that's alive, full of skill-tempered pride out your door. And you can't take your chances, live your life like this, with the consequence of things that you might miss. There's no broken ladder, sometimes will still hold you up. Oh, and if you fall while you're climbing, your fall will be broken by love. When the dreamer has nothing to fear, in the chaos of doubt disappears, what you have left inside is a heart open wide, reappeared. And I've walked all alone on the wire, and I have scaled myself down to get higher, with an iron resistance, keep burning the distance desire. And you can't take your chances, live your life like this, with the consequence of things that you might miss. There's no broken ladder, sometimes will still hold you up. Oh, and if you fall while you're climbing, your fall will be broken by love. Waters and whites, in a memory of common lights, all the innocent days that are far away than you like. Just remember that heart full of pride, you would push out the worries aside. Then it's alright to say you have reckoned the day for your life. Take your chances, live your life like this, with the consequence of things that you might miss. There's no broken ladder that sometimes will still hold you up. And if you fall while you're climbing, your fall will be broken by love. While you're climbing, your fall will be broken by love.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. So while Seth is getting ready to come over here, wow. So yeah, so you see why when I saw him at Pass Guitar, I had to like chase him down for 2 years to make him come. I'm just kidding. It's a good thing. He's going to come over and mic up. And I'm going to remind y'all that, yep, the good weather is still upon us, and pretty soon the snow will fly, and then we won't be going out to outdoor shows, seeking out all the best music in the country. So get out there and support live music, guys. Get out there and get downtown in your community and support live music. You know, there are places all over the place that are putting music on stage and on their patio and everywhere that there's a garden. So while we still have the opportunity, get out there and go to the festivals and give your attention to the people that are out there trying to make a living, giving you music that you can live by. Let's talk to Seth. Hi.
What's up?
Welcome to the attic.
I like it.
It's a long
I wish
time
I had an
coming.
attic like this.
Well, you know.
I need banners.
You need banners? We had to make them. But it's so not about the banners. It's about the adventures in music, the secrets that we get to talk to you about,
Secrets.
and the treasures that we've found in your music.
Cool.
You know, that's what it's all about. So I'll never forget the first time I saw you perform. I had no idea who you were. I'd never heard of you before, which is a little strange because good musicians usually get sent to me. People tell me about good musicians all the time. It's
Right.
just part of what I do. And I'd never even heard your name. And you got up on stage and you killed it. I don't even know if you did more than one song. It was Pass Guitar, so you might have not even done more than one song. But when Frank Cortelli looked at me, he saw this idiot grin on my face because I get this like thing on my face. You were playing such a wonderful song, and it wasn't just the song. I can't even tell you what it was. It was your skill. You're an amazing guitar player.
Oh,
you know
thank
that,
you.
right?
I'm just trying to do a good job. I'm really humble.
Yeah, but on the attic you don't have to be, because if I tell you you're good, then that means you're good.
Thank you.
I don't know too much about too many things, but I know music. You know what I'm saying? And your songwriting is good too.
Thank you.
What makes you write these songs? Wait, let's talk about let's talk about your love song that's not really a love song, but it really is. Let's talk about that song. Were you really riding on a train?
I was. The first verse is actually written on the Metro North.
Okay.
Coming back from New York City one night. And the second verse was written in a hotel room in Milwaukee while I was on tour.
Okay.
And the whole song came about because my now wife, when we first started dating, her mother had said to me, "Well, when are you going to write my daughter a song?" And I would joke around and say, "Well, if she breaks up with me, there'll be a lot of songs."
Okay.
But I ended up just writing this. It just, I don't know, it flowed out. Even though it took me 2 different locations to finish the words,
Right.
it just kind of happened. And I happily presented it to the family. Mother-in-law is approval.
Right.
So that's kind of where that song came from.
What did your at that time not yet your wife think of it?
She liked it. Yeah, I mean, I hope, or she's just telling me that.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, she likes it. I think she thinks it might be one of my better songs.
It's a good song. It's a very good song.
Thank you.
It's a very good song. When did you start your career as a really good guitar player? Like,
Wow.
when did you decide to pick up the guitar, and what drove you to get better at it?
So I was always into drums, actually, but that's a whole other story. But basically, I'll try to do this fast. My father bought a guitar when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and I was one of the latchkey kids, so I was always home before my parents were. So he kept his guitar underneath the bed, and I would sneak it out, mess around with it a little bit, and then kind of put it back until finally, like in 6th grade, I had the courage to tell him, like, I want a guitar, I want to play. And and I found one in a Sears catalog, and I just took lessons and studied through the years with different people.
Do you remember some of your teachers?
Pat Russo was a big influence and teacher of mine from Joe's Guitars in Wallingford, which is not there anymore. Now I'm blanking. Put me on the spot. I had a really great middle school music education. This guy, Fred Rosamondo, was the music teacher there. So I joined every possible band I could playing drums. So I was playing drums in marching bands, cadet bands, stage bands. I played upright bass in a string ensemble, and upright bass, upright bass and jazz, electric bass in a jazz band. So I got a real well-rounded education in music and how all the different parts work together, and it just kind of transferred into guitar playing and learning how to play with other people, pick things up from other people, pick things up from now videos. And so, I mean, it's a lifelong education. I still want to learn as much as I can.
Right, don't we all? Don't we all?
Yeah.
So when did you decide on all these things, your looper and all your different sound techniques? What made you decide to, not really, I don't even think you needed to decide. How did you decide what you wanted to use to enhance your guitar playing?
It was, I'm going to try to make this as untechnical and unboring as possible. It was just by accident. So I keep the tuner, the guitar tuner, on this pedal board, and I actually was using, not that pedal board, but I had a gig in Waterford one night, of all places.
At what venue was it?
Sunset Ribs.
Sunset Ribs.
Sunset Ribs. This is a long time ago. And there was a delay pedal with a loop feature on it. And one night I was playing, and I was kind of just tired from singing.
Yep.
So I tried the loop feature just to like mess around, give myself a break from singing. And it worked really well. I ended up buying a loop pedal. And then I just had all the other pedals that are the same pedals for my electric guitar setup.
Yep.
They just happened to be on there, so I just started incorporating them. And then I bought a bigger loop station, and it was really haphazard. It was really about not having to play every, song after song after song with no break in between. And it allows me to add a little more flourish, add a little more color to make the songs different. You know what I mean?
I do.
So it's been a tremendous way to deliver a song in a not so conventional way. I love walking in with an acoustic guitar and people are looking at me like, oh, this guy's gonna play like James Taylor or something like that, and I'm like totally not doing that.
Right. No, you definitely have learned how to use your sound enhancers, is what I call them. I've had people come in here with loopers, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm over it. Seriously, because they're not doing anything extra with them.
Yeah.
They're not making them into your own. You easily can play with no other band. You easily can play without a band, and you do, right? I haven't heard that you were playing with a band.
I play with a band like roughly once a month.
And who's that?
This guy, Nick DeRico, he plays drums.
Okay.
He plays drums with a bunch of people. And then my very good buddy, Jeff Burnham, plays bass. We have like a trio thing.
Okay.
And I actually play drums in his band.
Okay.
So it works out really well.
Nice. But you go out and you play all over the place. Another thing that you're doing is a podcast. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell people where they can find that if they choose to, if you want them to.
Yeah. It's just SethAdamPodcast.com. The podcast came about after a long time of hosting open mic nights.
Okay.
Which was my way of giving back. I ran a very tight ship when I did open mic nights.
Okay.
But I gave that up, and then I was into the Mark Maron podcast, the television show, and the show is roughly based on his podcast. Anyway, I was watching it, and I was like, I'm going to go check out his podcast. And then I listened to the actual Mark Maron podcast, and I was like, I could do this, but on a local level.
Right.
Just interview different people, from my expanding universe of musician friends and
right, I agree with you.
And more. So
same thing.
Like the first year I had Chip McCabe on, Brian Dolzani, I now New Haven's mayor, Steve Rogers. So I had a bunch of people on, and it's kind of been off and on. I'm hoping that this fall I can get it into more regular rotation, more consistent. But it's my way of giving back to the musical and somewhat non-musical community.
I feel that sometimes we just have to be politically correct and invite people that we might not otherwise want to have on our show.
Oh, I don't do that.
Sometimes I just feel like I have to do that to give back. I had there's a group that advocates for making it so people can't jump off bridges.
Oh wow!
So I
didn't know there was a group for that.
Yeah, in Rhode Island. But I've had other people on the show to play music without previewing them first. I'll never do that again. If I don't hear you play and I don't see what you can do, you're not coming on my show ever again. Because I've had people.
Oh yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. So now you're a dad and you're playing music and you're doing a podcast. When are you having a new CD come out?
Well, I just put out a record last October.
Last October.
Yeah, last October.
That's a year ago.
October 7th. So I've been, trying to promote that.
Okay. You didn't bring it with you though.
I do. I have some in that suitcase over there, which is closed up. A great place for it.
Okay, so we have an album, which if I had it in my hand, I would hold it up, and I can't do that. And now I'm being told that you have to play a song and that we're all done. First, right before we close, tell everybody where they can find you. We know where to find your podcast. Where can we find your music? Where can we find you playing? Real quick.
SethAdam.com is the most succinct place to go.
Do you have a music page on Facebook?
I do, which is Seth Adam Music.
Okay, great. So, Seth, thank you so much. I'm sorry that the interview isn't
Yeah,
more.
no worries.
More. I want more. I do. I want more. I want you to come back and bring your album. And if you want to bring your trio and come back.
Okay.
I know that's a thing and it's hard, but I'm booked till into December. So let's look at January.
Yeah.
Okay?
That sounds great.
And bring your trio back and take us out with a song.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Will do.
Seth. I'm
Thank you.
blessed to have you here. Thank you so much. Well, Seth is going to bring us a song, probably a really quick one. I just want to remind you all to take care of your neighbors, shop local, stay out of those big box stores, Take care of your kids, take care of your pets, and take care of your seniors. And most of all, take care of yourself. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
I like that sentiment. This is called Where Is Your Heart? Silhouettes of sails, carving captions on the wall. Counterfeit courage makes the message look so tall. In your armchair you can look away from the dreadful things you say. Oh my God, and where is your heart? Oh my God, and where is your heart? Shambles and shadows, children tried it for their skin. Empty empathy, passive prayers from fake Christians.